before you ask, let me answer. This EarFun Air Pro is not a copy, not a fake. Both this and the Edifier NB2 is the result of a collaboration between E and E. EarFun and Edifier, they really explain to me like that. Basically, the sound is tuned by Edifier and the noise cancellation is EarFun's Quiet Smart ANC. So these two are basically the same thing on the inside, but compared to the Edifier, there are some changes to the controls, which I think I like better here. Also, the case is just plastic now. But the most significant difference is EarFun does not have an app to customize settings and such. But don't let that scare you, because this is my favorite ANC earbuds to date. Everything about it is just great and I can't wait to tell you, so let's talk more about it right now. Selamat pagi! Good morning everyone, Kenneth here and welcome to my review of the EarFun Air Pro. We know the situation with Edifier already. The NB2 is kind of a successor to the NB1 despite looking totally different, but on the EarFun side, this is the Pro version of their lineup. Think of it like the AirPods Pro to the AirPods. The ANC is the selling point here. Though it loses the volume control and the IPX7 water resistance, you might have to choose whether this ANC is really that important to you. Okay, before starting, disclaimers first. This unit is sent by EarFun free of charge, but everything said here is my own independent opinion and I am not paid by anyone. So if you want to support the channel, please use the affiliate links down in the description to go to Shopee, Lazada, Amazon, and then you can buy anything you need. This way I can get a small commission at no extra cost to you. Thank you so much for your support. Now let's get straight to the most important aspect in every earbuds that I review, the sound quality. The first thing that I compared this to was the excellent Soundpeace True Engine 3 SE. Review coming soon. This is one of the best sound you can get for 50 bucks. And to my surprise, it sounded very similar. I would describe the sound signature as dynamic. The highs are clear enough without ever being too piercing, and the bass is very strong. Almost as capable as the crazy good Transmart Apollo Bolt, but it never felt overwhelming here. The only difference I could find is the sound imaging, especially in the vocals. The EarFun lets it loose a bit more, while the True Engine really shapes it so it's like, you know, the vocal is at the front and center of the show. Now I think both of these are tuned in a way so they can handle most genres pretty well. You just really name it. Rock, pop, EDM, acoustics, I never complain to whatever song I'm listening to. They all just sound so much fun, and I just can't complain about the sound because so far the Tribit is okay, but it could be better. The Apollo Bolt is really bassy, but it's good bassy sound. This really falls in the middle there. It's like a sound that I can comfortably recommend to everyone, and I would love to know if the Edifier NB2 sounds just like this, because again, this sound is tuned by Edifier. It's written in the box, it's written here, and I mean, they should do the same thing in their own earbuds, right? Okay, moving on to the build quality and fit now. If you value like synthetic leather more than just plain old plastic, then the Edifier could be better, but personally I don't mind either of the two. Teammate Black. Anyway, taking a look around the case, at the back we have a USB-C charging port with a charging/battery indicator beside it. This does it a bit differently from any other cases because you don't have 4 LED anywhere in the case to show you the battery level. It's just this one LED that blinks like once it's 25%, 4 times it's 100%. It blinks every time you open it or close it. In my case, it blinks only once. That means 25%. It takes some getting used to, but you'll get used to it. It's there. It's fine. Now, opening the case is nice and easy because there's a little notch in the lid there. And then the lid clicks in at the end here. So once it's open, it stays open. The earbuds don't have any light, but they will turn on automatically and pair to your phone the moment you open the case. Very nice and quick, and just look at that brave lines. Damn! Now, it definitely looks cool and all, but we know that already. So to my favorite thing about this case. is this button inside. So basically this takes all the pain out to reset or repair the earbuds. Just hold the button to put it to pairing mode. The LED blinks green, white, green, white, green, white fast. And if you come across any pairing problem, just tap it twice. White light will blink fast and then it becomes green white, which means it's ready to pair again. Okay, now moving on to the earbuds, there are two parts of this design. The upper part is a round, almost like a halo earbud by itself, which houses the battery that can last 9 hours with ANC off and 7 hours with ANC on. It also has a wear detection sensor, automatically play pauses media, and then it detects when you're wearing it, it turns ANC or ambient mode on. When you're not, then turns it off to save battery. We're going to talk about this later. But now let's turn our attention to the lower part. This boxy, brave looking design. The first thing I like is it's so easy to grab on it. So taking it out of the case is never a problem. I know it's up to you to judge about the look, but in my opinion, I personally love it. Totally. The dark silver aluminum look is very smart looking, and despite being made out of plastic, yes, it's still plastic, these earbuds still stand out from the pack because they embrace the design. The mic holes, the lines here, and the curves. Yes, you probably might hate it, some of you, I don't know. But in my opinion, it's different and it is so cool to see. Design is definitely a big part of why I like this so much. Okay, now into the fit. This will vary from person to person, but unfortunately, even this best pick of mine still gets uncomfortable after I wear it for 2 or more hours. If you were with me on my iPhone event live stream, I used this the whole time I was live streaming, and talking with ambient mode, generally, it's a nice experience. But there's something with this upper part, the halo earbud part, that feels too tight in the ear. It feels like very filling. After a couple hours, it starts getting uncomfortable, especially on the lower ear. But about the actual fit of the ear tips, it's actually perfect for me. They give you 3 pairs of ear tips inside the box, and it's tight and deep fitting. So by itself, it's already reducing so much noise. Bass response is always great, and turning ANC on only reduces the noise even further. And I forgot to mention, but this uses a metal mesh inside. It's black painted, and you might not notice it at first, but this is great. I really appreciate the attention to detail here. Okay, now let's move on to the experience, and we're going to talk about the ANC, the ambient mode, controls, and the wear detection sensor as well. Let's start with the hybrid ANC. This is the same system being used on the more expensive QCC5124 Transmart Apollo Bowl, and the quality shows. It cancels just as much noise, which can completely block out a car engine sound. For example, I was being the passenger and I just want to listen to my music. This is something that the Tribit can't do, and it doesn't add any coloration to the sound, neither does it add much pressure to your ear. Again, I just can't stress this enough. At the beginning of ANC tech, usually what you see in the headphones there, usually you'll feel like you're drowned out in the water. The sound also changed and there's noticeable hiss. None of that I could find anywhere in this ANC True Wireless earbuds that I've tested. So that is good. Okay, I don't know if you'll appreciate this one or not, but the EarFun Air Pro always starts up with ANC on. So the controls are just shown here. You triple tap the left earbud and it takes you immediately to ambient mode and then ANC off after that. I'm fine with it, but if you prefer having ANC off, then you might have to do a couple more taps every time you pick this up. And also one more note, you cannot toggle ANC when you're only using one earbud. Now while the controls are here, let's talk about it. Yes, it is not complete, but I love the fact that it is not a touch sensitive area, so I don't have to be mindful of where I'm tapping or touching the earbuds when I want to readjust it, because it has an accelerometer that detects movement instead. But unlike the Halo T19, this one is good. For example, when I try to tap my head or my ear instead, nothing happens. It needs a solid tap anywhere on the earbud to trigger any of these controls. And it's quite responsive too, so it never felt like too slow when you just want to talk to Siri or skip a song, for example. Let's try and skip a song. 1, 2, 3. There you go. Now, rarely it does accidentally trigger triple tap when I double tap instead, but no accidental trigger ever happened when I'm jogging or doing stuff, so you can just rest assured on that one. Now on top of that, we also have wear detection sensor with autoplay and pause. This one works great too. It pauses any media including YouTube video when you take the earbud out, and then automatically plays them back when you start wearing them again. Or even it automatically plays music for you the first time you put them into your ear. So that's great. Okay, last but not least, the ambient mode, which I think is the only thing that is not a home run here. But not because there's no app to customize it or it doesn't work as advertised. In fact, I'm using it to talk right now, and I did use it on my 3-hour iPhone event live stream, and I could talk to the people around me, and it really works as an ambient mode. It makes you aware of your surroundings. But the problem some of you might notice is actually about noise. It is normal to be shocked about how much noise there actually is in your environment, especially when you go from ANC on to ambient mode. But when you're in a quiet room, you might hear a noticeable background hiss that is not present anywhere in your immediate environment. It's being made by the earbuds. And this is normal, honestly, for any ambient mode, but usually they are so little that you might not be bothered with it. Now yes, the EarFun Air Pro has slightly more background hiss when you're in a quiet room like this, but my argument is this. Why do you need ambient mode in the first place? It is so that you can be aware of your environment, right? Let's say you're jogging outside, there are cars and motorcycles around, or you're in a bus where you need to know when you arrive at your bus stop, or in an airport, you need to know when they call for you, when it's boarding time. These are the places where you need ambient mode the most, right? And in that case, your environment will be loud enough that this added hiss just fades away to the background, especially when you're listening to music. And when you're more into the office setting or doing work in your home and you want to know when someone calls for you, just put it on ANC off. The person most likely can tap you anywhere, right? And of course, you get more battery life doing this as well. So personally, I don't think this added noise is a big problem here. And if you want to know the microphone being used is this one behind this big grill on the top here. It's a place where you're not gonna touch often, so that is great. And I think that'll be about it for the experience here. Okay, let's check out the latency test and the call test right now. And about latency, I tell you, this might not list gaming mode, but it damn sure perform like one. Let's check it out.
That, my friend, is because you miss out on the things only available Snapdragon chips. And I'm not saying the performance, the thermals, or battery life. I don't have the Snapdragon version, so I can't comment much on that. But it is something called aptX TWS. Alright, welcome to the call test, everyone. Now you're listening to my iPhone 10 microphone. I'm playing the way talking at a normal volume. And let's check out the EarFun Air Pro and see how fast it is. Remember, this thing turns on the moment you open the case, so let's turn it on right now. Okay, so just stays connected, so by now it should be connected, and right now you're listening to my sound through the EarFun Air Pro. What do you think of the sound quality? This is the indoor call test, which is the the sound that you should be expecting when you're doing phone calls, video meetings, stuff like that. Alright, let's go ahead outside and we'll see how it performs. Okay, so right now we are on the EarFun Air Pro, and whoa, did you see that? Oh my goodness. Anyway, this is the outdoor call test, and I'm sorry it's raining right now, so I couldn't go closer to the street there. But again, this street is pretty close to me anyway. It's like 5-10 meters away. So if there is any street noise, you can hear it already from this kind of distance. But yeah, again, the same thing as the 3-bit FlyBuds NC, cannot toggle between ambient mode or cancellation mode during a phone call. So you should set that up before you actually answer the phone call. Right now I am on the noise cancellation mode. It is pretty nice, like all the low rumbles of this rainy day like this, It's just gone, and that's really nice. Okay, so that's pretty much it for the EarFun Air Pro. I hope this sounds good. Let's get back upstairs and we'll finish the video.
In conclusion, you are getting a heck ton of good stuff for only 80 bucks with the EarFun Air Pro. It's got great dynamic sound, great ANC, great battery life, great latency without the need of any gaming mode, great build quality. It's just awesome. Also, if you missed my community post, there's a 20% off coupon code. I'll put it in the description. Honestly, it is a steal if you can get this at around 60 bucks, but it's only until 20th of October, which is today, the release of the video. So get it right now if you've been looking for an ANC earbuds on a budget, or if you can spot a deal like this in the future, I would say absolutely go for it. All right, now compared to the Edifier, this EarFun Air Pro is more like an alternative actually. Edifier has touch control, whereas this detects taps. Edifier's got the app to turn off wear detection if you're not into that. It can also customize ambient mode, stuff like that, but you're not giving up much else here. In my opinion, this is still a great alternative, and if you decided to get it, let me know how awesome it is down in the comments below. That's it. What do you think about this one? It's got great sound signature that I think will please the most people. And also, it has the best feature set for the price. That's why I picked it. And by extension, the Edifier NB2 as well as my favorite ANC earbuds of the year. And if you do want to get it, please consider using the affiliate links down in the description so I can keep the reviews coming. Thank you so much. That is it for the video. And I'm Kenneth. I will see you in the next one. Bye.